Hey guys, it's Lord Ryujin bringing you another YouTube video. Welcome to my game room. I know it's not much. The angle that I have isn't the best, but I'm sitting here in my recliner. I've got it slightly pushed up, and I'm surrounded over here by game consoles and games up here, and the television's directly behind where this camera is sitting. So you can't really see a lot, I know, but still, I'm trying to record inside my game room, so hopefully the audio and the video is okay. We're going to test it out here and see how it all uploads. But I wanted to go ahead and take a moment to talk about E3, my predictions for E3. It's going to be kind of difficult, kind of, because when it comes to like PlayStation, for an example, and even with Microsoft, they rely a lot on third-party developers. So it's very difficult for me to sit here and say, you know, I'd love to see this series and point it directly towards Sony or directly towards Microsoft, because typically they get them all. You know, like the series that I love to play, Darksiders, has been on both the 360 and the PS3. So it's really difficult for me to state one way or the other. So I'm just going to do my best. And when I name a game series, it's going to be because that is the platform that I usually typically play it on. And if I name a third party, then I'm still expecting to hear an announcement from another game in that series. But again, if I'm naming it on like a Microsoft console, it's just because I played it on that console. I'm not really saying that it should come to either the PS4 or the Xbox one way or the other. But make sure that you join in the conversation, of course, down below. What do you want to see come out of E3? And do you agree with any of my predictions with what I'm going to say in this video? But let's go ahead and get started on that, shall we? So what do I want to see from Microsoft's camp? And I'm just going to do this in alphabetical order, so Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony. Well, I think another Dead Space game would be nice. So far, Dead Space and Dead Space 2 have been probably my bigger favorites. I haven't even gotten that far into Dead Space 3 yet. But, you know, it's typically the kind of game that I can just kind of mindlessly enjoy. I don't have to worry so much about strategy or anything like that. And so another game in the series would be nice. I just think that they need to sort of revamp it a little bit, get back to its roots, and be a little scarier again. We already know that Bethesda is going to have its own E3 presentation, which I'm looking forward to. And typically when I play Bethesda games, I play them on Microsoft consoles. It just seems like it's a good marriage. So, what I want to see, well, I would love to see Dishonored. I liked playing Dishonored. I think a Dishonored 2 would be really good. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear something about Elder Scrolls. And you know what? They already announced Fallout 4, so I don't think there's any point in me even trying to bring that up. Yeah. And I think they've already said Doom is coming. So, yeah. Hearing more about Doom 4 will be good too. So, there's that. I think the newest Fable has already come out. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a little bit behind on my game releases because so much stuff comes out so quickly, it seems, that I even lose track of the fact that stuff comes out half the time. But I think Fable Legends is already out. If not, I'd like to hear more about that. I can almost guarantee that because it's one of the few franchises that Microsoft still has under its belt, we're probably going to hear a lot about Halo 5, and we're probably going to hear a lot about Gears of War. More likely from the collection, the HD Remastered collection, as well as probably Gears of War 4, if not one or the other, or both. I don't know. It really just depends. I know that they own a lot of Rare properties now because they own Rare. So I'd love to hear what Rare has up their belt. I'd like to maybe hear about another Perfect Dark game because I did enjoy Perfect Dark. It just needs to be done properly, more like the first one. And maybe another Jet Force Gemini game. I've talked about all this, I think, before in another video. But yeah, just hear more from Rare stuff. Otherwise, going to pretty much be it. I mean, as much as I'd love to say, hey, give us another Portal 3, give us another Half-Life, I can't really say for sure. That is all going to be down Valve's alley, and I don't really know what they're doing. But going into Nintendo now, what do I want to see from Nintendo? Well, Nintendo has a lot of exclusives that I love to play. Most of my time is spent on Nintendo consoles. So it's very difficult to say one way or the other. I know that Xenoblade Chronicles X has been announced, but I would love to hear more from that. I would love to get like an official release date, for an example. I would love for another Sin and Punishment. No More Heroes 3. Again, just because of the fact is Nintendo doesn't really have a lot of good first-person shooter games under their belt right now. I really do think that coming out with another Conduit game and another Red Steel game would really help. I really think that we're going to get another Animal Crossing game at some point. I mean, it just makes sense. Animal Crossing usually sells relatively well. It's usually one of their best-selling series when it does come out. And the fact that Nintendo has also hinted the fact like the Villager is going to be discontinued, probably because they're going to do like they did with Project Steam and reproduce Villager or Animal Crossing specific amiibo for Animal Crossing. Would not be surprised at all. Otherwise, more news about Legend of Zelda. Please give us an official title, maybe an official release date. And more from Star Fox. And I'd love to hear Platinum Games also. Hear what Platinum Games is coming out with. Otherwise, and this is just going to be a personal prediction, I think we're going to get a Metroid game. The reason why, I've said this before, the 30th anniversary of Metroid is coming up. I believe it's actually 2016. So it makes a ton of sense. I mean, we're talking about Mario Maker as the 30th anniversary of Mario. We got a 25th anniversary of Mario. We got a 25th anniversary of Zelda, but we never got a 25th anniversary of Metroid. So, 30th anniversary of Metroid in 2016 sounds like it would be an ideal time to come out with both a 3DS and a Wii U title, if not one or the other. But yeah. And then, as far as other developers go, another Prince of Persia game would be great. Something else from Quantic Dream, because they are my favorite developer. I'd love to hear more about Quantic Dream. Yeah. Otherwise, as far as Sony's camp goes, we know we're going to hear more of Assassin's Creed. More likely we're going to get a third Dark Souls game announced. And more likely we're going to get another Devil May Cry. I'd like to see another Devil May Cry announced. I would also like to hear something about God of War 4. What is all that about? More likely Uncharted. Yeah, more likely Uncharted is going to be announced. Some more gameplay footage of that. And I don't know. Just some more stuff from Naughty Dog. Like, come on, give us another Jak and Daxter game. Like, something, you know? Like, but again, it's very difficult to pull all this together and say specifically what I would like to see from these developers, because who knows? There's all kinds of stuff. I think that at some point we're going to get, like, a 3DS player somehow out of the Wii U. I don't know. All this stuff is going to depend upon what's going to be talked about, and it's so difficult to say what's going to be announced one way or the other. But that's my 2 cents. I took my best shot at what I think is going to be announced at E3, guys. Again, make sure that you put your thoughts on it. What do you think is going to come out of E3 this year? And make sure that you continue to watch my channel, because after the announcements at E3, I plan to do a lot of live reaction coverage from each of the camps as they do it. Otherwise, that's my 2 cents on it, guys. I appreciate you watching this long, if you've watched this long. Yeah. Otherwise, have yourselves a good one, and I will see you next time.